Hello, folks. Welcome to NFL Week 3 update. For those who are watching on TikTok, if you're new, make sure to follow me on TikTok. And also, if you want to, you can comment down below your thoughts on NFL Week 3. Without further ado, let's get to it. We started on Thursday night last week where the Bills take down the Dolphins 31 to 21. Josh Allen 22 out of 28, 213 um, passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a rating of 134.1 rating. The Bills go undefeated 3-0, while the Dolphins they will hope to get their first win of the season on Monday night against the Jets, and that will be played in Miami with them wearing their rivals jerseys. So that's going to be a fun one to look at. Then we go to Sunday where the Vikings. It's the battle of the backups where Minnesota handles Cincinnati 48-10. Isaiah Rodgers, 3 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, 2 pass defenses, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Minnesota improves to 2-1, while Cincinnati no longer undefeated, and they fall to 2-1 as well. Jacksonville gets a big-time home win against the Houston Texans. Trayvon Walker, 3 total tackles, a solo tackle, a sack, tackle for loss, and a QB hit. Jacksonville goes 2-1, while for Houston, they're 0-3, and things are not going over there in H-Town. And against Tennessee, by the way, it's a must-win game because Tennessee lost 41-20 to the Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, 17 carries, 102 rushing yards. He averaged 6.0 yards on the ground and 3 rushing touchdowns as the Colts go 3-0 under Daniel Jones. While for the Titans, they're 0-3, and again, maybe expect Brian Callahan to get fired in week 4. Marcus Mariota, impressive. 41-24 against the Raiders, but the player of the game was Bobby Wagner. 11 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits. Commanders go 2-1, and we'll hope if Jane Daniels will be healthy for this week's game against the Falcons on the road. Raiders fall to 1-2, and let's just not panic about the Raiders. They will still be playing competitive football. How about this game? I was at Bank of America Stadium, and when I was tracking the Rams-Eagles game, it was Rams 26-14. I'm like, what? No way. The Rams are going to upset the Eagles? Nope, not today. The Eagles won 33-26 over the Rams. Jordan Davis, 5 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, a sack, a tackle for loss, a QB hit, a block kick, which includes the game-winning field goal attempt, and scored a touchdown. The big man can run. And that was a massive win for the Philadelphia Eagles. Home game, of course. And against the Rams, who had some big-time moments in that game, where Devontae Adams had that big catch, the Rams defense slowing down Saquon Barkley, but they cannot slow down A.J. Brown and that Eagles passing game. So that was very interesting to see. Eagles go 3-0. Rams, on the other hand, they get a very tested opponent at home against the Colts. So can they respond after their disappointing Week 3 loss to the Eagles? And speaking of the game I went to, who predicted this one? The Carolina Panthers defeating the Atlanta Falcons 30-0. Nobody expect that prediction out of the way, but I predict the Panthers to win it. I thought that would be my last shot. Cam Smith-Wade, 5 total tackles, 5 solo tackles, a pass defense, an interception, and the pick 6. Carolina is 1-2. They get their first win of the season. Atlanta They just started firing their wide receiver coach. And if they lose this week against the Commanders, things are not going well maybe for Zach Robinson and maybe Raheem Morris as his head coaching position. We head to Foxborough where the Steelers take down the Patriots 21-14. TJ Watt, 5 total tackles, 2 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, two QB hits, a forced fumble. Steelers go 2-1 and they get ready for their Dublin showdown with the Vikings this week. While for the Patriots, they fall to 1-2 in a must-win game this week against the Panthers coming in, and that will be a real good game to watch. So I'll be tuning in to see that game in Foxborough. The Green Bay Packers. Oh, so happy they were still undefeated. Well, not anymore after the Browns had to block a field goal, and all of a sudden the Browns kicked the game-winning field goal, and the Browns won. Okay, Quayshawn Judkins, 18 carries, 94 rushing yards. He averaged 5.2 on the ground and a rushing touchdown. Browns improved to 1-2, while for the Packers, 2-1, and they get ready for their biggest road test against the Dallas Cowboys. What a crazy game in Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers winning at 27-29 over the Jets and their superstar wide receiver. Are you kidding me? Emeka Egbuka is on fire. 6 receptions, 85 receiving yards, and he's been targeted 8 times. 8 times. Of course, you got Mike Evans, who's dealing with a hamstring injury. He's going to miss several times. So now Emeka Egbuka is their wide receiver 1, so he's going to have to step up. Bucks are 3-0. Jets 0-3. They get their match against the Miami Dolphins. And again, I already said it earlier, it's going to be a real good game, but also they're going to wear their rivals' jerseys. Well, good luck, New York. Good luck. A great AFC West showdown where the Chargers handle the Broncos, their second loss of the season, 20-23. Derwin James, 12 total tackles, 10 solo tackles, a sack, 4 tackles for loss, a QB hit. Chargers go undefeated, 3-0. Who didn't expect? Who's got it better than us? Nobody. While for the Broncos, embarrassment. Losing to the Colts, which they should have won that game, and then losing to the Chargers, tough one. Bo Nix didn't. A lot of those mistakes are not on Bo Nix, but they got to respond back next week. This week, because if they cannot, there's going to be some concerns over there in Denver. Seattle hammered New Orleans 44-13. Sam Darnold, 14 out of 18, 218 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rating of 154.2 rating. Seattle will head to Thursday night with a 2-1 record, while for the Saints, 0-3. Nobody needs to worry about it. Just put Tyler Shuck or Jake Haener as your starting quarterback for maybe, presumably, week 5. What a day. What a field day for the Chicago Bears. 31-14 over the Cowboys. Caleb Williams, 19 out of 28, 298 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and a rating of 142.6 rating. The Bears get their first win of the Ben Johnson era. They go 1-2. The Cowboys go 1-2 on the other hand, and they get ready for their biggest match this year against their former teammate, Micah Parsons, and the Packers. That should be the best game to watch. To the West Coast we go. San Francisco takes down Arizona 15-16. Fred Warner, 11 total tackles, 5 solo tackles, 2 pass defenses as the 49ers go undefeated 3-0. While for the Cardinals, they get their first loss of the season and they head to Thursday Night Football against their rivals, the Seattle Seahawks, with a 2-1 record. On Sunday Night Football, it felt like we get a good game. It turns out we don't get one of those kinds of games. 22-9, Kansas City Chiefs. George Karlaftis, 10 total tackles, 8 solo tackles, a sack, 3 tackles for loss, a pass defense, 4 QB hits. Kansas City dominated the Giants' offense as they go 1-2. The Giants, they're 0-3, and they announced they are starting Jackson Dart this upcoming weekend, home game against the Chargers. Is it too early? I think it's a bit too early, which I'll get to that prediction video somewhere tomorrow, and I'll tell you why it's too early for tomorrow. And then yesterday, the Lions take down the Ravens 38-30. Al-Qanah Muhammad, 4 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits. The Lions defense, 7 sacks on Lamar Jackson. They go to 2-1. Ravens, they go 1-2, and they got to go to Kansas City and take on the Chiefs. Not a way to start the 2025 season, Baltimore Ravens. And that's it for my NFL Week 3 update. Hello there. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like button, and hit that notification bell for more sports news. Also, if you're watching this on TikTok, make sure you are, if you want, you can subscribe to follow me on TikTok and comment down below your thoughts of the 2023 Week 3 prediction video. As always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.